The exterior of this car is beautiful. It looks really good. Especially in hatchback, I find it has like a slick European look. It doesn't even really look Japanese, really. The front end is nice. It's hard to fault this car from any angle. It's been all cleaned up now, and I really thought the exterior was incredible. Plus you have the convenience of a hatchback. The chassis of this car is set up for comfy sport, and the rear trunk room is not very big. However, if you want, you can fold the seats down 60-40 and you'll have as much room as you want. In the back, I fit in the back. However, I think as a 5'11", you're not going to fit anymore. There's little cubby spaces. This is the high-end model with the leather, and the leather quality is exceptional. In fact, the entire interior cabin is exceptional. 3 people not recommended, 2 people is fine. Nice thin front seats to accentuate the room for the back passengers. In the front, it's a really refined story. Red stitching, white leather, high quality plastics and rubbers. It's a class act on the inside. I think I underappreciated it the first time I reviewed it. The seating position is good, the steering wheel is wonderful, and the seats are pretty good. The leather quality is excellent. However, these white seats, you are going to have to wash them a lot. The dash screen has a decent resolution. There is a cheapy heads-up display, and in general, there is no noise, vibration, or harshness. The car is very quiet on the road. This engine does 8.4 in the city, 6.1 on the highway with the automatic transmission. It is peppy enough, though not really that peppy. Here are my thoughts on the road. So driving the 2016 Mazda 3 GT hatchback. About maybe, I don't know, I think a year and a half or 2 years ago, I drove the sedan. I thought it was good, but I thought it was pricey. Since then, the price hasn't changed really. However, Mazda has been on this kind of like interesting tangent. They took an interesting tangent. They started allowing customers to customize the mags that they want, which I really find is awesome. You know, for $1,000 you get to choose the wheels, the color of the wheels that you want on their website. More specifically, the mid-level trim has always been the most attractive option in Mazda. It doesn't cost too much, yet it comes with a lot of the standard equipment that you need. Plus, usually they offer like a package, which you can usually bargain down at the dealership. This car is still very expensive. When I'm sitting inside, the interior quality is very good. Ross made the remark that the quality of the interior materials, you could find that on a base BMW and it would be perfectly at home. And I have to say, I have to agree with him. The interior is very nice. It's a nice mixture of aluminum, scrubbed aluminum, a plastic yet very high quality, high gloss chrome, white leather, dark rubbers, dark plastics. It's all tastefully put together and it looks good. It looks just like it costs. Expensive. So on the inside, at least, you see where your money's going. The steering wheel is the right size. The driving position is impeccable. You're just low enough off the ground for a hatchback. Nice big visibility in front. Around the windows, you can see the visibility is awesome. I can't say anything wrong about the inside. The seats are okay. Comes to the familiar problem after half an hour. Sometimes your back is sore, but I'm sitting in them right now. It's been only 5 minutes and they feel great. They're bolstered, but not too much. There isn't that usual pressure in my ribs or on my thighs with high bolstered seats. These seats are bolstered, but very comfortable. I have to say the interior is impeccable. The engine. The engine is on the mid-level and low-level trim. They have a 2-liter, 140-ish, 145 horsepower engine. This one here is a bit bigger displacement and has 180-ish horsepower. I don't feel the off-the-line torque that much. Most of its competitors are offering either something more powerful or something with a turbo 4. It seems to me, from an engine point of view, it's a laggard. However, when I posted the previous last time I reviewed this car, a lot of comments. There was a couple of guys who had bought this car because this was the most fuel efficient car for the most high-end feel in the category, and it does feel high-end, and the fuel economy is wonderful on this car. It takes regular gas, so it's not a problem. I guess you have to look at it differently. I'm always looking at cars as if it's costing more, am I getting more engine? Am I getting more this? Am I getting more that? Sometimes people just want really high level refinement, and they don't really care if the car does 210 or 180 horsepower. And you know what? They may very well be right. The driving experience around town, I'm putting here around town. Beat up streets. This is Lachine, Quebec. It's the end of the world. Like, it's really bad streets. And I have to say, I'm driving around, I have to stop often, avoid obstacles, and it's driving around town really good. Ross tells me on the highway, it's just like the Civic. It drives smooth, not too much road noise, very good. So it seems that there's an argument to be made about this car if you think about it a little deeper than I did the first time. You have the Bose sound system, and there's something to be said about having a Bose sound system. Even if you're just listening to talk radio, the sound is very clear, or if you decide to listen to music, the sound is very clear, or if you want to turn it up, well, Bose delivers pretty loud sound. The transmission, well, the transmission performs just like other Mazda transmissions do. They do a quick kick down, but it isn't double clutch. It isn't really performance. It's fine. It's just fine. I'm gonna go like super handling right now. See, it doesn't accelerate a lot. Like it. Pretty good. Pretty good. I would say maybe the Honda Civic was a little bit more awesome. Ross again makes the interesting remark. He goes, Christopher, would you buy this car or a Subaru WRX base model? Boy, there's the mechanics are just on a whole other level in that Subaru. It's up to you. I think this car will appeal to somebody who wants the sporty posture, the nice interior, the relatively refined ride, and really doesn't care too much about straight line performance or performance at all, for that matter. But I stand by what I said. It just doesn't stand out from the mid-trim model. It doesn't stand out enough. You get a much nicer interior. And I'm here on the highway doing about, I don't know, 80 clicks. No noise whatsoever. Transmission stays in a nice low gear. Listen, it's a wonderful everyday car. And I'm sure in manual transmission, this car must be lots more fun. But that's the review.